Tonight we are reviewing one of the missions from the vast case files of our top agent,
Agent Thunder. You may have heard of other spies like maybe James Bond or Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible.
Dora the Explorer. Agent Thunder tops them all.
Oh yes, he has been on so many adventures and so many cases that it's so vast that you can just put a noun and an adjective together and it would be one of the cases.
And that's exactly what we're going to do to decide which mission we'll be reviewing today. So of course from you, we need to grab
a noun. So from anyone here, a noun, a person, place, or thing.
Snail! Q-tip. Turtle!
Person, place, or thing. A lot of animals.
Rubik's Cube.
I heard soup twice, so I'm going to take soup.
And we need from you also an adjective.
Funky.
Moist. Squishy.
Funky. Of course.
Oh, yes. Funky soup. Funky soup.
Agent Thunder, one of his most daring and delicious missions.
Oh, yes. A large amalgamation of different things from his past, all put into one pot.
It's broth.
Well, I'm excited to go through that mission. It was a great one, I remember.
Indeed. Let's dive into Agent Thunder in Mission Funky Soup. We opened down in the bayou, among the reeds and the mush and the logs, just sitting, this hot sun making the stuff stew up as you go over the water.
You hear a banjo playing in the corner. It's played by an old man with a hat covering his face because he is not an important character. The smell, it smells of nature and oldness. But
and amidst the still of all this, goes whizzing by a giant fan boat through the reeds.
the fan boat is going past. It's going so fast as if it is going away from something. And it is, because behind it, with a large grappling hook around the entire boat, is a mysterious figure on water skis.
This figure is clinging, desperately riding along as the fan boat splashes water up and down all the sides, weaving through the muck as it goes throughout the bayou.
There's little hills in the swamp, in the bayou, that the boat goes over, and as the boat goes over, so do the water skis. One more.
But no matter what the driver of the fan boat does, this figure holds on, gripping tightly to the rope with their grappling hook. They slowly begin to reel themselves in, all the while holding out their legs, skiing like their life depended on it.
So as this figure walks skis to the rickshaw, not the rickshaw, the giant fan boat.
Ah yes, the rickshaw of the swamp.
There's alligators pulling the fan boat as the fan boat is going.
They've entered dangerous water, and the fan boat driver takes a big bag full of meat and just flings it back toward the figure. They're coated head to toe in raw meat. And you see the gators all get moving. I'll pick you like gators.
Mysterious figure is on the water, trying to keep afloat by spinning with his water skis.
As he manages to spin and out-death roll all the gators, the fan boat pulls up to a dock, and the driver leaps out, carrying a small box and running through the reeds, trying to get away on foot.
He's going through the box and he carries it and he goes up to this big abandoned cabin and goes right up to the front door, opens the door, and in front of him is the mysterious figure with the water skis, holding his water skis as if he just took them off.
He manages to spin the skis, smack, smack, smack. Ow. The driver is down. The box is taken.
I never thought that you would be this quick!
You should have thought before trying to take something like this. I never expected it to go so smooth sailing.
And the box has been recovered, and it is in the hands of Agent Thunder.
A crocodile then comes up to Agent Thunder as he's enjoying his cigarette. As the crocodile...
Didn't get enough in the swamp, eh?
The crocodile then makes a weird buzzing sound and it goes... And raising up from the alligator's mouth is a giant hatch. And out of the hatch comes a very well-dressed man. This is the director of the service. Agent, I knew I'd find you here.
I wasn't expecting to see you out in the field, Director.
Well, we never expect anything, and that is why the service exists in the first place.
Of course. I've managed to recover the cube you were asking for.
Ah, the cube of the laundromat. Some villain was planning to clean all of his clothes at once. How? How despicable. Why would you think that it would take that quick? Why don't you just
do something else? Anyway, Agent Thunder, I will put this to great use. But there's something far more pressing, and I'm not talking about pressed clothing. Please, do come along with me in the gator. I need to brief you on your next mission.
They go down the deep stairs of the gator. As they go down, they go to this very lovely cavern, one that has been completely dug out. It is completely circular as they walk down this circular set of stairs.
Now, Agent, you've been doing a lot of hard work, but something else has come up recently.
Oh, something else has come up, Snake. What is it?
Well, Agent, this has to do with something occurring in Canada.
Oh, Canada? I love Canada.
Up far north, we've been receiving reports of something suspicious happening to the glacier.
He jumps across.
Glacier? Yes, the glaciers. All of the ones that feed the watershed across most of North America. You see. We've been receiving reports that some mysterious operations have been setting up north. We've been gauging strangely high readings of radioactivity.
Ooh, radioactive, you said?
Yes, and we feel that if something were to go wrong with that, it might begin to affect the quality of water throughout North America.
Oh, well, sounds like quite the soiree. What do we want you to do, Director?
Well, of course, we want you to investigate. That is your job, Agent.
Well, then, perfect. You have to see the dog right away. He has a few, toys for you.
I assume he's at the bottom of the stair.
Oh, yes, they are. Just 3 steps away.
Well, I better hop to it.
And he jumps down, but like it's still only 3 steps. So
It's dramatic, but not at the same time.
the director doesn't live here, so he goes back up the stairs. Agent Thunder goes to the very big metal box, one that the dock is in. You can see almost like a welding spark go out the windows. It's very bright on the eyes.
Doc, are you in there?
Oh, I'm in here, Agent Thunder. Just let me get the dog. Oh, please, come in. Come in before the smell escapes.
The smell?
Oh, the smell!
Oh, what is the meaning of this stench? Oh.
Here, have a taste. All right. Now, what country are you in right now?
I believe I'm still in the United States of America.
Great! It worked! This is a brand new, it's a bunch of tomatoes that I put together, and then I took a duck and then I put his saliva in it, and apparently it just restores all your memories.
I haven't lost my memories. What you're talking about just sounds like a simple soup.
Oh. Well, was it good?
Oh, decent.
Oh, perfect. The experiment worked!
Stop, Doctor. On with it. I need to get some gadgets before I get on my mission.
Oh, of course! Oh, yes, I have the most perfect inventions for you. Come over here. Come over here to stage right. Okay. Now this is very, very expensive, and I have worked years on this one.
You see, this one here, this is a snazzy belt buckle under your jacket, under your jacket, under your jacket, under your jacket, under, there we go. Affixed here. This belt buckle actually has the capacity to release electrical impulses throughout your limbs. Yes, yes, yes. Once it's activated, it will help you move all swanky-like.
Thank you.
Not only will it help you on the dance floor, it will help you on the fighting floor!
Oh, right. There's a frequency right here. This is for dance, I assume. And this one over here is for... Oh, Doc, I'm sorry.
I didn't realize the circuitry affected the whole body, but that's an upside!
Well, what else have you got for me, Doc?
Oh, what else do I have for you? Right over here. This is a carrot.
Carrot?
Yes, a medallion of a carrot. Here, put this right on your jacket. If you just press the right in the middle there.
Now, Doc, I don't want to assume anything, but it feels as though this has filled my soup with liquid.
Oh.
Rather firm liquid.
Well, on that note, it quite, in fact, is. I realize that maybe carrots are really good for your eyesight, but what people don't know what they're really used for is they are hard as a rock. So if you just turn them all into a liquid, fill your entire soup with it, if I shoot you with this gun, do you feel anything?
Still feel a bit damp, but I'm better than I would have been.
Well, perfect. It worked, Agent.
And then the liquid just like spills out the bottom of his pant leg.
The only problem is you got a mop every time you use it. Good thing I got this mop that I invented.
I suppose I'll leave the mopping to you. Thank you, Doc.
Oh, no problem. And if you ever need a fine word of intelligence or some help, you know you always got me in your ear.
I'll keep it in mind. Or in here.
You're so funny, Agent Thunder.
From there, Agent Thunder makes his way out of the facility, and he gets on one of the service's jet planes, and it takes off, flying over the states below. We see them passing. Oh goodness, states. Starting south, we got like. Well, they weren't far enough. They gotta go around, so they'll hit Texas. Oh, what's up above it?
Well, there's Chicago and
Chicago.
there's Washington State.
Wow, they're passing all these states. And into Canada. Oh! They make their way, you can see Manitoba down below, and they're passing up to the northern end of the province, following the coastline along Hudson's Bay. Then, veering further west, they make their way up into the snow-laden Arctic.
Agent Thunder gets off the plane. And as he gets off the plane, it's very, very cold.
Far away, on the edge of a big snowdrift, he sees a figure bundled up in a full parka, goggles, and many scars.
Excuse me. You wouldn't happen to know where I can go to someone who knows what they're talking about, do you?
Agent Thunder follows the mysterious figure. Walking down.
They keep trudging through the snow.
Yes, all these feet of snow, they're making this big path as they go to these mountains.
And then, as they begin to wind through the valley in between the large mountains in the pass, they see a small cottage off on the western side of the valley. As they enter, the figure begins to undress from their outerwear.
Agent Thunder takes off his parka and there's a tuxedo! Agent.
Well, if it isn't Canuck, I haven't seen you in many a moon.
I know it's been a while, but that's hardly the greeting I expected. I assume you're just here for work, as usual.
Well, I could be here for leisure.
Are you?
No. But I did come here for a national emergency.
Of course. I'm assuming you want the coordinates to go and look for their base.
You know the coordinates.
Yes, my team has been out here scoping the area out for quite a few weeks now. You see, we're the ones who first started tracking that radiation level that was noted.
But it became too complicated, so you called the service.
I suppose that's a way to put it.
Well, Canuck, I know you to be a team player and a damn good spy. Why don't we do this one together? If you want.
Okay. But under one condition.
Sure.
My way or the highway.
All right. You take lead. You know the lay of the land.
I do. It's mostly snow. Now, come to my planning board. Do you see? There is one large dome in the middle.
I see.
And it's in between 6 mountains. 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here.
A large hexagon.
Yes.
Irregular in shape.
I'm glad you pointed that out. Because there are 2 openings between these mountains. If we were to go in one way and the other way, I call that a sabotage.
Simply entering between the mountains.
Do you not like it?
Well, I hardly see how just entering an area is called sabotage.
Oh, well, it will be when we enter with these devices. Whipping back a sheet, we see these 3 large sort of oil drum shapes. And on their faces we see they've got different sort of computerized displays, several wires. They sort of seem like ramshackle devices rigged up from whatever could be found around the area.
Yeah, there's on all of these barrels, there's like tiny toboggans underneath each one, with one giant rocket on the back of each.
Those aren't what I think they are.
Yes.
Way back when we solved that case by following Barrel Joe beating him at his own game.
Yes. Barrel Joe.
That was such a ridiculous mission.
A long time ago. In fact, I believe that was the last time we saw each other.
I see.
But-
Agent, there are 3 of these barrels.
Yes.
We're not having company, are we?
You know, working alone can, well, be a little lonesome.
Do you have a new partner?
Yes, it's this husky named Bruce.
This is the cutest and the most adorable husky you've ever seen in your life.
It's like so happy, but also just so blue. Loyal as all get out, but nothing going on.
He immediately goes and gets a plate of a full dinner and brings it to Agent Thunder.
You know, I was never one for pets.
Yes, well, with you being absent, I don't think you've had any say in the matter. Bruce will accompany us with the 3rd device. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Brucey. Thank you, Brucey. Thank you, Brucey. Oh, Brucey.
Agent, time is of the essence.
Yes. As was mentioned, with these 2 passes, you and I shall infiltrate those. Brucey shall be entering the 3rd one from the south. Once we make our way into the area around the dome and set the devices, we should be able to disrupt whatever's going on within the facility.
I like the way you think, Canuck. Now, in the barrels. Sorry, what are you doing right now? Oh.
So they grab the barrels. And that very night, they prepare. Getting inside of each barrel. We go to the facility itself. We go to two guards who are, they're guarding the front gate. The guards, their names are Lenny and Ben.
You can tell that because of their little name tags.
That they made themselves.
They're not standard issue.
And they're really, really excited.
Oh, man. Are you warm, Lenny?
Oh, warm enough, Benny.
Me too!
Think the boss's plan's gonna work?
Oh. Why would you say that?
Well, I was just warm, and then I was thinking warm thoughts, and the warmest thought I had was when it works out.
I read a book once, and it said, don't be negative. And that is what you are doing.
No, I was asking a question. I was being speculative.
I assumed that I was being positive through our entire friendship, and now the boss's plan is not going to work?
Okay, well, wait, let me try it again.
Okay.
I'm so excited for when the boss's plan will work.
Me too. Oh, yeah.
All the while these guards are standing down at the very entrance to this large geodesic dome, we see further up the mountainsides figures moving through the harsh snow as the wind blows flurries off the mountain caps.
We go to mission control at the very top of the dome.
There's a few tangos coming in from the southeast and the southwest. Can you copy?
And then there's the two of them. Oh, tangos? I didn't know we were doing anything with dancing. We should probably go check it out.
And then those two guards, along with several other platoons, head up into the mountains to go search. We follow Agent Thunder on the northwestern ridge.
He's going down in his barrel. He is going about 67 miles an hour. Down the hill, passing by a mountain, and a tree, and a husky that isn't the one that we discussed earlier.
As he's going down in this strange barrel toboggan, we see on snowmobiles several masked figures.
Pull over the barrel vehicle or be apprehended. This is Nunavut.
And he spins. The barrel goes careening off at a different pace. Now on its side, rolling down the hill, it begins to pick up snow. And we see on the other mountainsides, the other barrels doing similar things. They begin rolling and rolling, growing larger and larger, snow packing on the edges of the barrels.
We have one big ball of snow on this side, and one huge ball of snow on that side, and one, what is this vehicle called? That's the one! He's going right in the middle, and he's pinned down. He's gonna get crushed. And he does. As both balls have now come together and create this big ball. The ball then goes right into the dome, and as it hits,
Covers over the edges.
and one tiny hole that the barrels have made has been opened. Digging through the snow, Agent Thunder and Agent Canuck go through the tiny hole together.
Strange. I would have expected a larger impact. Do you think this really did anything to the actual structure itself?
I can hear you perfectly, even though we're in snow right now.
Well, it's just rather strange. I was expecting a larger impact, more damage to the actual building, but it just seems to have evenly coated it. It seems a little too precise, don't you think?
We don't have time to think about that. We just need to see what's going on in this facility. Now, through this tiny hole.
They squeeze their way through this into the large hangar within the dome.
Well, that was not the softest landing I hoped for.
Within the whole facility, it's a large iron floor. and laid out in radial symmetry, just spokes leading out from the center of the room, in which there is a large sort of cylindrical structure, glowing green with energy.
There's always arrows that are pointing LED style. They're always pointing in different directions, as if information is always getting passed through this building.
Circuitry running through the building itself, not just being a structure, but part of the device. In the inner sanctum.
We are. Now what was step 2, Agent Canuck?
Step 2 is this. And she pulls out a taser.
Blackout. He blacked out. Agent Thunder is unconscious, sitting down.
He's strapped to a very large, lumpy chair.
The chair has two big Tesla coils, one here and one here. Comfortable, Agent?
What's the meaning of this?
You know, it's been a while since I've been called that name. Canuck. That is so typical. Just because I am Canadian. I get named after the worst sports team in all of history.
I assumed it was just some sort of national nickname.
No, it was the thing.
Oh. I don't understand. You, me, Brucey, we were all just adding snow onto the dome?
Brucey doesn't exist. It was a toxin I put into your blood as soon as we met. That barking you're hearing? You're just crazy. Agent Thunder, we've been on several adventures together, and I have not enjoyed any of them. When I was offered the contract to take over the world and create something that is more pure than what we have, I couldn't refuse. And I knew that I needed to catch you immediately, because you are the only one who could have stopped me.
Oh. Well, that's exactly what I planned to do.
I saw that coming from a mile away. Your hands are not binded. They are electrically put on those two arm holders. Arm rests. Got it.
Movement I try and make.
How do you feel, Agent? Do you feel uncomfortable?
Actually, yeah, there's not much lumbar support in this strange chair.
Well, soon, half the population will be sick because all of the water will be tainted. It is the perfect plan to get rid of all of the people.
That's what I was contracted to do. You understood that part from earlier. It's not really what I want, but what I want is to get back at you, so this is the only way to do that, so I guess it's sort of what I want.
You're crazy! You're crazy! You can't do this!
Oh, am I? Am I now? Well, it's a little too late for that. Thanks to you and the imaginary Brucey, we've now coated the whole dome in snow. With that, we should be able to spread through the hydrophilic properties of the radiation. It'll start moving through each molecule, each flake of snow, going across the entire region.
That is brilliant.
I know. I found it. But there are still a few more preparations to make. And I must go make them.
And you just plan to leave me die here?
No. I expect you to sit there and watch it all happen. Agent Thunder is at a loss for what to do.
Wow. What does the agent do? Does he go after the one person that he had a connection with? Or does he sit here and give up? Maybe this is Agent Thunder's last and final mission.
But no.
Bing!
Agent Thunder doesn't give up that easily. Even though any movement he makes releases a very vicious electric jolt through his body, he knows there's a way he can get out of this. He manages to slowly move his arms in toward his chest. He starts pulling, his hands moving inward, the shock writhing through his body. He manages to and he taps the pin of his chest, filling his suit full of insulating liquid. He's no longer though the electricity is still flowing around him, he is fully insulated from the properties of the current, and he manages to do a second tap. And the liquid rushes out of his suit, and the currents flow down the hydroconductor of the water out onto the floor, and he is free from the chair! But there's an alarm. Footsteps coming from the hall. Agent Thunder disappears through the ceiling.
He's like in the rafters.
Oh, it's Spider-Man!
It's Lenny.
Benny, I thought I heard the alarm going.
I thought I heard it too!
Yeah, whoa, he's not in the chair thing!
That's the one place it was supposed to be!
What are we going to do now?
I know what I'm going to do. And coming down with a Superman punch. And a kick that you can't see happening.
There's just guards coming at Agent Thunder from all angles. She like hits up to the wall.
He taps the carrot again. And with all the mighty carrot juice power, instead of his eyesight getting better, it gets infinitely worse.
Now blind.
That's the butt bottom for sight. This guy was wearing all white today. It's all orange. I have to go home.
And Agent Thunder is out of that room. He's now running through the facility. He needs to find a way to shut down this device.
He then finds a giant door, one that opens like this, but it is sealed tight. There's a little code on the side, and he tries to figure out what it might be.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. I'm not for any of these codes.
They're the worst theme in history. Does anyone know the area code for Vancouver? 604. Wow, Vancouverites in the house.
4.
The door opens, and it's completely pitch black inside.
Good thing I always guess a different sequence on the third guess.
As he walks in, it's completely pitch black. Until
He hears a barking.
Bruce, you're not really over it.
But he was. It was a double lie. That same husky comes on. It's cute as ever, but it is outloaded in full machine gun. It's got one of those like visors, and like behind it you these two guys, but you can also tell that it's like targeting right now.
A light turns on, and it's a huge arena, a fighting arena, one between the greatest agent in the world and Bruce the Machine Dog.
The miniguns on either side of the Husky start whirring, and bullets go flying. Agent Thunder has to take cover behind the desk that is in the arena.
He is out of carrot juice soup. So without anything to block the bullets, he must think of a different way. So what he does is remember about his belt buckle and stands up in front of Bruce, showdown style.
Growl, growl, woof! Growl, growl.
And then the dog charges.
And as he charges, Agent Thunder presses his belt buckle, and a giant wave of electric energy blasts the entire dog away. Hitting the wall and all the machine guns going, hitting the floor.
They're firing in all directions. Machine guns out of alignment. The dog is spun around. Still looks real cute, like one of those videos you'd see on the internet. It's not doing any harm. As the last of the bullets fire out, the dog slumps down on the ground and needs a nap. And Agent Thunder continues on.
The other side of the door, there's another a door like this, except it has no code. There's no area code.
He goes through it, and is back up in that large main chamber. He sees the device. Up at the very top is Canuck at a keyboard, entering in some last computations.
Agent.
Again? How do you always do this?
I don't have a clear answer for that.
The chair, there was the guard, there was Brucey?
So he is real?
Yes, I just wanted him for me.
You know, I never wanted to be an agent in the first place. This whole life, it shouldn't have belonged to George. That's my real name. And maybe some days I think maybe this life is not the one that I want to choose. But it is the one that is needed for the safety of our world. Canuck, look deep down. Is revenge your prime objective?
Yes! Bam! The whole facility begin to light up. All of those directional circuits begin firing, colors pulsing throughout the whole dome, and we see the large green tube begin to thrum with energy.
The entire facility is shaking and almost elevating, lifting up, going as one dome into one unidentified flying object, lifting up from the earth.
It manages to rise up, and the snow that was coating the outside of the dome also begins to take on a green hue as it starts spinning and spreading further and further. This dome becomes some sort of weather machine.
One that can change the weather at its will. Agent Thunder then screams to Agent Canuck. Agent Canuck, this is your last chance, or I will stop you.
Bring it. And she jumps down from the top of the device, pulling out two sides. You know, like the little, like Raphael weapon.
Agent Thunder, duck and rolls this way. That wasn't a duck and roll. Ooh. And takes one of the sides. It is now a side-on-side battle.
You know, one of those classic side-on-side battles? You know, one of the things like, yeah!
Ting, 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 ting.
unarmed, I cannot be beat. Kicks the side of the hand.
My side!
And now your side. Everything you've put me through has led to this.
There's this huge ledge. It just opened up.
The dome has started to like fold in, so there's like open slots leading out to the open air.
Thank God this person moved.
I've had enough of this, and pushes him out the slab.
Just behind Agent Canuck as Agent Thunder is falling.
Lucy! Lucy! The plan is working. What are you talking about? Come on, it's not all that bad.
So maybe this isn't. What do you mean? This is the perfect way to get back at him. And now he's dead, and that should be it.
I'm not quite dead yet.
We're going to change the view.
Hold on, I got
Out the side, gripping the edge of the device as it's spinning. Agent Thunder is being whisked around the edge of the dome.
You may be better at unarmed hand-to-hand combat, but no one can beat me in a thumb wrestle.
As Canuck and Bruce are having a conversation that only she understands. Well, maybe that would be good. Brucey, the only way we can do it is do it together. Thanks, buddy.
And Brucey and Canuck run to the edge and he bites onto the sleeve of the suit.
Bruce, you're so strong. Oh, you're so strong.
Oh, right, the whole thing that's happened.
Why did it change your mind? And why shouldn't I?
The magic of a dog, Agent Thunder, the magic of a dog! What I was doing was wrong. I should have been trying to better myself instead of tearing you down. But now it's too late. The device is on.
2 out of 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2.
Jenny's doing the countdown.
Maybe this doesn't have to be the end of half of humanity.
As we can see, with everything spinning, Agent Thunder has noticed that all the directional circuitry seems to be moving out from the edges up toward the center panel. They make their way to the top platform of the device, and we see that all of the computing information is coming back through the screen and is computing itself as arrows, dropping down from the top of the screen in 4 distinct columns. And on the ground, there is a pad of 4 directional arrows.
All this colorful future information. I think there's a way we might be able to manually override it.
But how? How would we be able to do that with this thing that I only intended for one purpose?
We'll do it with style.
Agent Thunder begins dancing, and we see his movements matching up with the computations of the machine on screen. Two other pads come up, and we see Canuck have to step forward and join in. And then Brucey is doing it too! 4 pads, 4 legs! You see the different data entries coming in faster and faster. Their movements have to speed up. They go, and they go. Beats a flurry. The dance floor is on fire.
They switch pads! that what it was?
The whirring of the machine begins to slow down. All of those open panels begin to shut, and it begins to lower from the sky.
Landing on Nunavut town. You forgot about it. It's gone now. No.
Outside of a Nunavut town!
Directly, a large dome is just at the front entrance of this town. A door opens from it, and coming out of it are not only two rivals, but now two friends.
I can't believe it. I thought it was too late.
Well, I'm afraid that it is too late. I cannot make you, or I cannot let you leave after what you've done here. Although there are no casualties, like a town getting crushed.
Horrendous.
That would have been the worst.
That would have been like so bad. A very innocent town.
Only an
innocent northern town.
But I must arrest you. But as your friend, I will give you 10 seconds. It was good to see you.
Agent Thunder counts down from 10, and when he turns back, Canuck is standing there, already in hand.
1.
You've taught me so many things. I realized what I was doing was wrong. This is the way it has to be. Thank you, George.
Thank you, April. Try and say hi to the dog one more time. You fed him, right? Weird creature.
But as they're walking away, just as the one of the little buildings right beside the dome, the door opens. Ah, Agent! Wonderful work! I see you managed to apprehend the other agent, and you've stopped the whole thing without spreading any of that. Polluting the water, all that nonsense, so and so. Wonderful work!
Well, Director, it's in the job description.
Of course.
Now, I was going to arrest this assailant.
I think we might have some better use for Miss April here. If you wouldn't mind coming back to the service headquarters, we can discuss things further. Everyone deserves a second chance. And Agent Thunder here will be a little preoccupied.
Oh.
We have to talk about your next mission.
Oh, my next mission. I'd love to hear it.